Hi, my name is Kim Carnegie. I'm the research technician here at Tully, and I'm in charge of the Methane Abatement in Grazing Systems trial, also known as the MAGS trial. So part of that trial is the sucklers are based on a zero grazing trial for 70 days, and then they are placed on a TMR trial. So during that time, their methane is being measured with the green feeds. And also we were taking rumen samples halfway through the trial, and we measure their weight gain, we measure their intakes, and we measure their water intakes. I suppose so far what has been shown is that on the grass trial, they gained about 1 kilo a day, and on the TMR trial that increased to 2 kilos a day. There was about a 10% difference in methane between the zero graze grass trial and the TMR, but I suppose if you were to compare it over the amount of time, TMR was over 40 days, whereas the zero graze trial was over 70 days. You probably have less methane per kg gain during the TMR trial. So these animals behind us, they're the next to go on trial. So the last trial took place towards the later half of last year. These are going to go on trial the first week of April, hopefully. So what will happen is a zero grazed machine will come in and it'll feed grass through these boxes. So these boxes are very important because we can see their daily intake, and we're also going to measure the dry matter of the grass as well. So combined with the intake from the box's fresh weight and the dry matter, we can see what their intakes on grass will be. And this will be important then when we're trying to measure the methane in respect to their daily intakes. So the rumen sample is taken through their esophagus and into their rumen. So a sample is taken that way, and then it's put into a glass tube, and that's where it is analysed. So the first group of animals was continental suckler bred bulls, and there was 43 of them that went through that particular trial. So this particular trial, there'll be 44 animals going through, and they'll be heifer bred continental suckler animals. So the bulls, when they started their trial, were 450 kg, and by the time it came to killing, they were 640 kg. There has been 43 continental suckler bulls that have already gone through. The next cohort of animals is going to be these heifer bred continental group of animals. They're next to go through, and then following that there will be a squeeze group of bulls then, and they'll go through the final stages of the trial. So the trial will finish April, May time next year. Their meat quality is also looked at, so they're ultrasounded as well throughout the trial, and basically when they're being killed out as well, carcass depth and fat will also be looked at. So the purpose of this trial is to look at the difference between diet and to basically predict the methane from biomarkers and do research into the rumen based on diet and genetics. So the collaboration between the genetics and diet should hopefully give us more information about the rumen microbiome. We're very lucky in Tully that we have the resources to do this type of trial. So the boxes here behind me are a very important part of this trial, because through this we can actually measure intake, fresh weight intake. Also we'll have equipment to measure dry matter of grass, which is something that cannot be done on farm. And also, which is not something that is common at all, would be that the water intake is also being measured. So that has been quite interesting in a zero graze trial, because obviously there is more fresh weight and water in grass than there would be in a TMR diet. So it's been very interesting to look at the contrast between water intake between a TMR diet and a grass-based diet.